Okay, this is Orlando Wilson on a nice fresh European morning. I received a message via Instagram, some gentleman out of, I'm not going to say where he's from, but he's in law enforcement. And he said he could relate to some of my videos, some of the content we're putting out there, because I talk about, from a business aspect, dealing with creeps, etc. And how a lot of people who are creeps, who are ass kissers, tend to get on a lot better than those people that are professional. And I'd say that's a fact. I've come across how many people over the years, and I know a lot of very, very competent people that should be in a lot better positions than they are, but they don't kiss ass. I think it's a sad fact these days, if you're an ass kisser, if you're a creep, you're going to do far better than somebody that's competent. Sadly, a lot of the competent people, a lot of the people that are honest, that are actually trustworthy, don't see the need to kiss ass and won't. Which, you know what I mean, I'll say through my career, things would have been a lot better if I was it would have been a lot easier. I'm not going to say better. Things were a lot easier if I was a yes man. It's the same with a few of my friends. I don't have many friends, but our people I class as friends, one of their issues, and that's probably why we are friends, is they're not yes men. We're not going to compromise their values just for a promotion, just for a job, etc. And I know some jobs, if you're not an ass kisser, even in the close protection business, you have to kiss ass. If you're not an ass kisser, if you're not kissing the ass of the person that's running the job, even if they're an incompetent fool, you're not going to get hired. And if you are hired, you're going to have a hard time until you get fired. So this is it. How you deal with such people is very, very difficult. Even from, I remember when I was in the military, and this is where, again, I bash the British military. If you're an ass kisser, you get on and you get the courses a lot better than if you're not an ass kisser. This is where I'm very skeptical about people that come from any establishment, any institution, especially the British military. You're telling me how wonderful your career was and all the good things you've done. From my perspective, I'm thinking, how much ass did you have to kiss to get where you got? Because if you weren't an ass kisser, you weren't getting anywhere in my day. So this is where it's one of the things that's a difficult thing to deal with, and this is where people skills can come in. If things are that intolerable, you have to look at the job, be it military, be it police, be it whatever, and say, okay, do I need this job? Of course, we all need money. Sometimes you have to tolerate bullshit because you want the money. Sometimes you have to tolerate the bullshit because you want the qualification, you need the experience. I've done my time. The only time I was really in an institution was in the British Army. I got what I wanted from them. I got some experience. I got the experience. You know what? I could knock it to some extent as far as stuff which we should have saw and should have got guidance on. As far as career guidance was zero. The man management skills was zero. Leadership skills, I would say, was zero. People just had ranks. They told you what to do and you had to do it. As far as those people even though quite a few of the people I was in the military with, I know from the military went on to get commissioned and have great careers, etc. From my experience of dealing with those people, they're not worth the time of day, because when I knew them, they had no leadership skills, they had no man management skills, they were just arrogant, backstabbing ass kissers. And I was in 1st Battalion Worcestershire Foresters, B Company and Reconnaissance Platoon. And if you want any briefs on anybody that claims to be in those units, I can give you the real stories. But again, I didn't see what I would class as relevant skills or a high standard of skills from people when I was in the military, especially when you transition into the civilian world, where you seriously need to be able to motivate people, lead people, and understand how to get things done without, how can I put it, you just can't order people around and expect them to jump when you say jump. So this is where you need to work out, if you're in an institution, if you're having to deal with creeps, ass kissers, pain in the ass people at work, and I hear this all the time, so I don't like the boss, I don't like this, I don't like the client, whatever. Okay, you got to think about why you're there. What are you getting from the position you're in at the moment? Are you getting skills? Do you need the money? If you need the money, you save up the money until you can better yourself and do something else. I've done lots of shit jobs over the years Why? Generally because I needed the money. I needed the money, I needed to do it. But again, I got the money, I saved the money, I put the money towards what I wanted to do. It's having that end goal. My end goal has always been work for myself. In some ways, you're never working for yourself. You're always working for your clients. You're always working for your students. You're always working for other people. But again, I have a lot of freedom in what I do because I worked out what I wanted to do and went for it. And I've just done another video on people overthinking. You need to set your goal and go for it and work out how to achieve your goal. Work out how to get the qualifications you need, get the funding you need if you need a funding to set it up. I'm always big on not applying for loans, not getting credit for stuff, but working it out yourself. Working it out yourself by working to get the money you need to set up or get the qualifications you need, and then push off from there. But again, the only way you're going to avoid dealing with the creeps and the ass kissers in the world is to work for yourself, be able to make your own decisions, and just keep those people at a distance. Initially, you might not be working for big corporations, because again, the ass kissers tend to be found in the big corporations because that's where they live. You might be doing the smaller, more discreet jobs, the not so high profile jobs. But again, I would say having the financial independence and not having to deal with the assholes of the world. How can I put it? A lot of the smaller jobs, more discreet jobs, you can earn a lot more than the corporate people. It's just not so glamorous, and it takes a lot more hard work. But this is it. You need to work out what you're doing. Wherever you go in life, you're going to come across assholes and people that you're not going to like. You just have to tolerate them while you need the job, tolerate them while you're making money, and then move on and do other things. But everything is temporary, right? So that's it. How do we deal with assholes and creeps? These days I tend to avoid them unless the only reasons I tend to avoid them unless they're in positions where which can benefit me. If they're in the position where they can benefit me and I have to deal with them, I deal with them for financial purposes, shall we say. And as soon as I'm done dealing with them for financial purposes, it's thank you very much, goodbye, don't call me again. That's it. So, little bit of advice on a fresh European morning. So in the meantime, follow us along on social media. If you got any questions, reach out to me. And in the meantime, as I say, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble. And dealing with people these days, to me, the less people I deal with, the better, because the vast majority of people are not worth my time. If they're clients, if they have problems, I deal with them. I deal with a small group of people, but the vast majority of people I'm not interested in dealing with. Why? Because it's at the point with my career I don't have to deal with them. The fewer people you deal with, the better, because the fewer people you deal with, the fewer problems you're going to have. Take that. This is one bit of advice from this video, one bit of advice this year. From me, it's the fewer people you deal with, the less problems you're going to have, and that can be golden, because I spend too much time dealing with other people's problems, and especially dealing with assholes that I've wasted too much time on. So, as I said, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble.